What's up, me Raandigars? We're back with another Persona 4 revival video. Now, I saw this post by Sonic Saber YT. He also has a YouTube channel, and I'm gonna post the link to his Twitter and YouTube in the description. Hopefully, I don't forget. I saw this post. At first, I was like, "Oh, wait, is this real or made up, like this fan made?" Because this was looking really good. Then my friend sent me this. A Wario64 post. I haven't followed this person, but I do get news from him through my friend. So Wario64 posted Persona 4 Revival Stranger Than Heaven is slated to release sometime after April 1st, 2026. And as far as I noticed, it was, so what I'm understanding is that Persona 4 is a 2026 release title, because FY 2026 has 2025 games. Then financial FY is financial year, has 2027 should have 2026 games. I opened it up and you can check here. So what basically this shows is this is the financial year of 2026. This 3 means third quarter as far as I know. I think there are 4 quarters maybe, but this is the third quarter. And then you see that on Sonic Racing Crossroads is a 2025 September title. Football Manager is a fall 2025 title. Raito is a June 19, 2025 title. Now, I don't know where they start from, but people are saying it's from April. So a lot of people are saying we can see from April 1st to, I believe, September, around September to be the release of Persona 4, which makes sense. I think it's going to be June, because usually ATLUS's release titles are February, June, and October. Usually, obviously, that can change. Now, the thing that I want to talk about here is, I'm going to be quick because I'm really tired today, is, first of all, we can say there are 4 mainstay titles and more, including a European IP title. And this is a 2027 could be Persona 6 from the looks of this. And maybe it could be here, but I doubt it. But when I saw this, first of all, let me explain financial year. As far as I know, I could be wrong. Financial year, the reason it shows previous year games is the financial year means the revenue year. So usually 100% of the time, companies take annual revenue, annual profits, annual revenue. So if Persona 4 Revival releases on 1st April 2026, the financial year for it will be ending on 1st April 2027. That's where the whole year cycle is, right? And 1 year annual revenue. Same with this, same with this. So the reason it says financial year 2027 and the games are on 2026, and here 2025, the financial year 2026, that's the reason, as far as I know. You can tell me that if I'm wrong, comment below. So here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people look at the first Persona 4 Revival trailer and we're like, just because Yuri Lowenthal leaked it or the other voice actors were talking about it, that means that the ATLUS were pushing it around for that exact reason, because other voice actors were acting writing that, hey, yeah, I wasn't told to voice act in the game. And a lot of people were like, oh, so Persona 4 Revival is in early development. They saw the first trailer and they were like, because of the leak, they pushed it through. To me, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't agree with that. That is, I know people can fight me for it, but I don't agree with that. The reason I say that is because a lot of these companies, they do this stuff months earlier, or a year earlier, or maybe multiple years earlier, where ATLUS and Xbox has a deal where Xbox will be the one to showcase ATLUS games, new ATLUS games, remakes, remasters, or new mainline games, or completely new games. So the hand to promote them is ATLUS. So just to clarify, Yuri Lowenthal talked about Persona 4 Remake. That doesn't mean ATLUS saw that tweet and was like, oh, hey, Xbox, listen, man, you got some space on the Xbox showcase? I want to, come on, we need this, man. Just show us, let us see Persona 4 Revival. That doesn't happen in these cases. These are, year-long, sometimes year or monthly, pre-planning and stuff. A lot of people have said that this was made in 1st March 2025, the trailer. That is possible. Was it March or May? No, it was first May, I think. That is possible, but again, a lot of these companies tend to plan this way ahead of schedule. Also, another thing I want to add is that when it comes to revival, I always quote Depressed Luffy's video, because I believe he hit the nail like right on the mark. He Depressed Luffy, not exactly quoting, but he said that Kingdom Hearts 4 was shown off and that's it. Nothing was given. So ATLUS could show off. But because of Persona 5, but because like, Persona 5 and stuff, ATLUS wants to show until it's done. I don't know like how many of you watching are old ATLUS fans. They're here from Persona 5 Royal, they're here from Persona 3 Reload, or stuff like that. But back in the day, the OG P5 release was a mess with delays and delays and delays. And obviously the end product was quality, but companies, like, there is peer pressure from like fans are like, come on, just release it. Come on, just release it. I talk about this, I mentioned Cyberpunk. When I mention Cyberpunk, the reason I talk about this is because when that happened, they forcefully released the game early without optimization. Yes, CD Projekt Red had other issues where they did not do the proper scheduling for Cyberpunk's development and stuff like that. Development hell grew longer and longer. But what happened is they started doing refunds. And those of you that don't know, CD Projekt Red was like, the creators of Witcher and Cyberpunk were like, okay, we can go to bankruptcy. I hit my mic, sorry about that. But like, they literally have said it, that they could have gone to bankruptcy. That is something that they have said. So I believe is because of so much like issues with Persona 5's release, when it comes to revival, they want, like, they're ready. The fact that they showed it means they're ready. And ATLUS is doing what right now Resident Evil did this. The Resident Evil showed a lot. A lot of different companies are doing this. I think Dragon Ball Sparking Zero did this. Is the game is built way, like, the development has been done for way longer, but the company, they're like doing, so what companies do is they announce an announcement trailer, they show nothing, barely anything, bare bones. They show more than what Revival showed, but mostly bare bones. So what happens is later on their socials, on their websites or whatever, they start showing screenshots. And what they do is they use those screenshots. Those screenshots are actually from the next trailer. So this way they can marketing twice, with the screenshots and with the trailer. Now, what does that like happen? Back in the day, companies usually did not take social media as a form of like promotion. Now, like, some did, some didn't, but now it's like a big thing. Like, social media is a big thing, so promotion is done through social media. So that is something I wanted to add. Sorry, I'm like ranting, but I feel like this is something I should clear. But as it stands, this is release timing to be dated. This again could be a placeholder. There could be delays, but as it stands, it's going to be April to September 2026. I believe we're going to see June 2026. Other than that, what I believe is ATLUS is going to do a different promotion, different style of marketing for Revival, because this is like, the announcement trail was different, so I believe they might do different style of marketing. Again, I could be wrong, but all right, my Raandigars, tell me in the comments below, what do you think? Are you excited for Revival? A lot of people are mad because Persona 6, that means is like 2027. So that's it for today. Just a reminder, just because Persona 6 is a 2027 release, that means that doesn't mean it won't be announced. That means that it's going to be announced in 2026. Persona 6 will be announced in 2026. Again, we don't know, but again, I'm going to say is we're going to see Persona 6. Also, I don't want to mention this person because I've heard like he has done some wrong stuff, but Midori, if you don't know, did mention a remake for Persona 4, and I believe he did mention, the Midori person mentioned Persona 2 and 1 remasters. So what I'm thinking is ATLUS is going to do is they're going to remaster, like release a port for the modern consoles for 1 and 2, and then like do remakes like they did with 3 and 4. I'm going to talk that about in another video because there are some hints for Persona 1 and 2 remakes. So like, comment, subscribe, click on notification bell. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm looking here to stop recording. Bye 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 bye.